Are set and ready to go.
Oh, that's
right.
I forgot my dice too. Be right back.
No, they fell down here. I forgot that they fell down.
Excuse me.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of Nathan's Trials of Discontent. I believe we're all ready now. Sorry for the late start. We, like everything else, technical issues in the very first episode. But welcome, and Nathan, if you'd like to get started.
All right, welcome. I am a self-proclaimed DM. I've DM'd a couple games before now. I'm not a professional by any means, but this is mostly just to have fun do something on Friday nights and something to share with you guys. This good experience and these good people with playing a game that we all enjoy to do. I'll go ahead and get started with character introductions first, because that's what matters in the story is the characters. And if you want, we'll just do it in the way that I have it on my little screen here in Zoom, with Corey being the first one.
Oh, right, yes. Hello. My name is Rule. I am a Goliath barbarian, and I seek conquest. I seek kingdoms. I seek my own kingdom. And that's my main goal in life. Be king of my own land. Rule. I will rule. My name is Rule.
Awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. Our second compatriot here, Roger. If you want to go through who you're playing, and I forgot to mention, they're going to share their goals or their want, their desire, what their main fantasy is in life, as this campaign is going to be kind of themed on want and greed.
Greetings, everyone. Around the horn on Twitch and Twitter and all that, I'm KY Hawkeye, Kentucky Hawkeye, and I will be playing Shamgar. He is a paladin, just like his father before him, and his father before him, and his father before him, and I believe his father before him. And it's not a case of it being a family business, it is the true devotion to the deity Rewind. Devotion to Belenus, the deity that our family has served for many generations. He is out for glory, he is out for adventure, he is out to spread the good word of Belenus and to be a shining example of what that can be. But deep in his heart, what he really wants to do is find an ancient holy relic that belonged to his temple. This relic is a magic orb, one that has become as much legend as it has been historical. The orb of Ayanran. Supposedly, whoever possesses this can communicate directly with Belenus. For the past 3 generations, my family has been searching, researching, trying to find where this may be so it could be returned to the temple. Thus far, previous generations have shown to be unsuccessful. I intend, my hope, my goal, my lifetime dream is to be the final generation of searchers and the first generation to return it to where it belongs.
All right, I really like that. That's great. Definitely looking forward to playing with you. This is my first time interacting with Kentucky Hawkeye Roger here, and
Robert, not Roger.
Robert.
That's all right.
Roger.
Man, I'm bad with names.
Roger.
Roger.
What's your vector, Victor?
Nathan referred to me as man with red beard for a while, so don't worry about it.
You mean Captain Lavabeard? All right. Last but not least, we have Captain Lava. I mean Chris. What's your name, right? Chris. And take it away.
Okay, so I'm picking out the voice right now in my head.
Oh.
Good evening. My name is Archimedes. I'm a warforged envoy, artificial intelligence robot whatever you want to call me. I'm good at what I do, and what I do is figure stuff out. I was owned by a mage who treated me well, but his home, our home, was taken over during the war. He was killed, and I was put in a POW camp, and they used me as slave labor. We really didn't mind much, but I saw the death and destruction around me, and even though I wasn't supposed to have emotions or ideas, it really got to me. So I used my intelligence and wisdom and all that stuff to escape. I went and joined the other side and eventually found revenge with that man that killed my master. But now I'm kind of lost. I would really like to figure out what the visions are that I'm having whenever I power down for a little while. And I always have this feeling of trying to keep everybody safe and protected in my group, no matter who they are. No matter how much I don't like them, I want them safe, and I want to protect them. But in reality, I'd eventually like to find a place I belong, because I just don't feel like I belong here. I don't know what it is, but there's just something inside of me that keeps me moving on.
Well, you got to keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it.
Baby, I do.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So, without any further ado, just to kind of restate some stuff. This campaign, I've kind of worked on it. It's mostly just homebrew. It's mostly just for fun. We're going to try to have like for the audience, we're going to try to have a semi-serious tone, but we're going to have a lot of laughs and jokes. That's the main goal of why I DM. I think these two remember my very first one-shot I ran them through, which featured the impeccable hero, Al Gablone, and his array of artist-themed goblins.
We made
a lot of fun.
Sang so many Beatles songs that night.
And all just to betray the Kellogg's elves. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, just to kick us off, I'll go ahead and give you the first description. You stand atop a hill overlooking the town. It's late in the evening, and you can see that activity in the fields surrounding the city is dying down as well in the streets below. All the stories and rumors had painted it to be a thriving large city, yet from here, from which you stand, it seems small. Smaller than you'd think, but less than you'd hope. A few shops and an inn are closer to the center of the town, and one dirt road cuts through the entire thing, as well with a well at the end of it. Before it continues on up a hill to a manor. More houses and buildings stretch around from the one road, but it seems that the center of attraction is focused around the one road. Up on the hillside opposite you lies the manor, surrounded and barred by an iron fence. To your eyes, it seems cut off from the town and in needs of repair. You recollect being here on King's orders. This town, Pagie, had not been known to the outside world until recently. It was a small hamlet that didn't even appear on local maps. During a strange phenomenon, it had its crops become fertile, its citizens wealthy, and running away with any market they could corner. First it had been food, then a local mine hit rare ores, gems, and diamonds. Next, exotic animals would flock near the town, migrate and settle near them so that its denizens could sell their furs for profit. Soon a monopoly on any corner of the market had blossomed, and other kingdoms and nations from around the globe desired their secret for success. And that's why you've been sent here. Each of you feel in your own way a tugging at you when you look down at the town, driving you closer into it. It's faint, but real enough to affirm it's there. This town has a secret, and with enough investigation, you may be able to find it out. And there, gentlemen, is where you start.
All right, so are we in the town now?
You are just on a hill overlooking it.
As the picture shows.
Mm-hmm. And the sun is setting, and it's about to get dark. You can see, workers in the fields heading to their, homes and buildings and putting away their tools. You can see that activity in the roads themselves has started to die down.
Well, Shamgar, Archie, conquest.
I believe it might be good to get in before nightfall and all the ragtag bunches come out. I don't want to have to watch over you two.
Hey, we're the ragtag bunches here.
I think it would be very smart of us to proceed into this village to see if we can get started on what we've been sent here for.
Yeah, I agree.
Shall we then, gentlemen?
Of course. Saddle up.
Do we have horses?
Do you have horses?
No, it's just a term we use back.
I'll come behind you with coconuts.
We ride.
The things I must go through with you two. Come, let us go.
Let's find this relic. Let's find my kingdom. Let's find Archie a heart. Tin Man.
You know when you
Oh,
don't.
wait.
I don't like it when you make those jokes. You know I know where you sleep.
So you guys are able to very easily make it down the hill into the town. You get a couple of odd looks, not only from the odd races, but the robot that is clopping a coconut behind a very large man pretending to ride a horse. But for the most part, they wave it off and keep on heading home. You see that most of the shops here are closed, and there's only one tavern inn that's open, and outside it, there is a robe, a little towel blanket sheet that's been spread out next to the door, and it has a man just hunched over with his hood pulled up, and a little tin jar that's sitting right in front of his knees. As you get closer, he reaches out his arms, and as you can see, he has just wrinkly, decrepit hands that peer out beneath his robe.
Yeah.
Hello, travelers. Hello. Oh, so you spare coin, yes. You have a coin for me? Just a little token of appreciation. I share many secrets about this town, Many of you come, yes. And they all see me, and they all give me gold. What shall you do the same? Yes.
You can't see his face, but you can probably guess that he's whistling between the last two of his teeth.
Arabian Nights, like Arabian days.
I take 2 silver coins and place them into his cup.
Oh, thank you, mister. Thank you. And now I must beg of you. Do not stray into the road at night, and stay away from the well. They do not like it, you see, when things go near the well. It need to be best to stay in your bed at night. Do not get up. Do not stray from your room. Thank you for your offering.
Now, where is this whale that we're supposed to stay away from? Just so that we know not to go near it.
It's at the very end of the road. Do not go down there. Yes.
Especially not
I laugh with him. Yeah.
I don't understand what you guys are laughing at.
Oh, he thought it was funny. Well, we're not real keen on people telling us where we can or cannot go here. So why can't we go to the well? What's wrong with the well?
It doesn't have any water, but there's plenty of fresh water around. There's plenty of lakes and rivers that popped up.
You want us to fill it up?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
No. Just stay away from
you got Move Earth, Shamgar.
I'm afraid that is not something that I am a specialist in.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Oh, I'm sorry. You said you didn't want us to fill it up.
Just stay away from it. I don't personally want you to get hurt, is the thing.
He is so
hurt.
easily amused.
Look at that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
look at that.
very strong.
Yeah, we don't get hurt. We do the hurting.
Yes, I believe so. But this town has many much to offer.
Oh.
Just only as you stay safe.
Well, where's the nearest inn at?
Just past this door.
He actually just points to the door that he's camped right outside next of it.
I stay here. It's the best spot in
Do
town.
I see his
for
hand?
My occupation,
Yes, just
Ah!
long,
Granddad.
crinkly finger.
Well, guys, thank you. What was your name again?
Do not worry. Do not worry about that.
Do not worry. Okay. Do not worry. We're going to go find this inn. Shamgar, Archimedes, what do you think? Get a night's rest?
I think we go inside these doors and see if we can get room for the night.
Yeah. Let's get a night's rest.
You have a twitch.
Yeah.
Roll.
You know me too well.
You must forgive our friend. He's got dirt in his eye from our travels.
That is fine. I worry about those that come in here. Usually they end up staying. It's such a nice place for everyone that lives here. Everyone is wealthy.
Being bored with this, Shamgar goes on inside.
Let's go.
Do you two follow suit?
Oh, yeah.
Archimedes stays and lets the other two go inside, and then he gets down close to this guy, and he takes out a gold and he puts it in his little cup. Says, "What dangers are there here? What are we supposed to be scared of? And what will they do? What are we looking for?"
He leans in close and
Do not trust anyone here. Only trust me. Only trust me. Nothing will good have. I cannot tell you out in the open, but
No. Why should I trust you? Give me a reason.
I'm the only one that's not wealthy. I'm the only one that does not have ties to this place. You see, they've done nothing for me here. Nothing. Not one dime. There's no job. There's no nothing. Everyone else is successful but me. That's why you should trust me, friend. That's why you should. That's why you should trust me. No harm will come to you. No lies will come from you. I tell you this.
Tell me what. Nothing will come to me as long as I trust you.
Yes.
Right. I just want you to remember, I made you 1 gold more rich tonight.
Yes.
Any information you have, anything at all, before I walk away.
Do not trust the halfling man. No, I already told you that I do not trust anyone in this town, but he has sentimental attachments. I have not been in this town for very long. Only a quarter of my life. I came here seeking wealth before it was a prosperous place. And now he has a daughter, and I would stay away from his daughter.
Halfling and his daughter. Thank you, sir. I pat him on the back and I give him another gold.
Spine breaks, he dies now.
And I walk on in.
He kind of covers his thing and smiles as you go beneath his hood. All right, you guys walk into Ariv's Respite. This bar
sorry.
it has a
We
has
know about
table.
the daughter, right? Already?
You might.
Do you?
No, I thought we knew. I thought that was a part of that. We knew that already.
You knew of your king, your serving's daughter. I remember going over that with you.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
But this is new to you. This is new information.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Well, to
I would
Archie.
obviously tell you guys
Oh, okay.
what the crazy guy outside said after I gave him a little more money.
All right.
We're,
So we are not to trust the affluent ones here, he says.
Yes, you have a poor man telling us not to trust the rich. So I think there's a little more that we need to look into before we make too much of what he said. But be on the lookout for a halfling with a daughter.
All right. So as you guys walk into the tavern, this give you a description. This bar and inn has tables that can seat a couple dozen. But it being so late, most of its patrons have headed home for the night. There is a long counter from the door that you entered, littered with glasses, washcloths, and bottles. You can clearly see on the stool, washing off the counter with yet another washcloth, graying with age, a halfling man. And next to him on the same stool, a halfling girl, which seems much younger than him, who's also helping him wash. By the way the two interact with each other, it would be safe to assume that they're father and daughter. Paintings hang on the wall between the two of the counter and over the fireplace that sits opposite of it. There are several tables, most have been abandoned. One table hosts an elfin woman who is seated away from the fire, and another hosts a couple of workers who have seemed to be enamored in their drinks and perhaps have had too much. The halfling notices you all enter and gives you a curt wave and says, "Oh, welcome, welcome. This is my tavern. Please make yourself at home. I have many drinks and food for each of you if you require them. If you want a room, it's 2 gold a night. I have to drive up the prices with how many people have been taking them, but there is one left for tonight. As long as you stay in your room and you're not causing any trouble in the bar, you will have no trouble. May I help with you with anything?"
2 gold, you said.
Yes, 2 gold.
Do we have that kind of gold in our person? Sham, Archie.
Each of you guys have 100 gold each.
Okay.
I believe I have 100. Well, I have 98 gold.
Like a pouch
Oh,
appears
did I
on
say
my
that
hip.
out loud? How dumb am I?
Ugh. Well, I feel generous tonight, so I'll buy dinner for everybody and I'll pay for the room. What was your name, good sir innkeeper?
I myself I am a Ariv. I've been here since before with the big boom, the great prosperous of everyone becoming so successful, and it itself has given me my success. And this right here, and he pats his daughter, is my little Bella. Say hi, Bella. And then she doesn't really pay attention to you guys and keeps on washing. She
Hello,
seems to
Bella.
have a little disinterest, and even at that, she
Busy girl.
keeps
Like that.
rubbing.
Reeve, speaking of, is there a room here I can Reeve myself?
Yes, there is a.
I'm just kidding. You're a good man.
Oh. Well, if you need to, there's a restroom just by the fireplace.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Hey guys, I'm gonna go take care of that. And here's 2 gold for the. We need 3 rooms or.
Unfortunately, there's only
a
one room
room.
available.
Oh,
Is
okay.
there room for all 3 of us inside one of these? Inside this
Yes.
remaining room?
There's only one bed, but I can make accommodations if you need. I have
Please.
more blankets.
No blankets. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be good. That'll be good. We'll do what we can. What we can. Whatever you got.
You have an outlet with an old school iPhone charger.
Unfortunately, Apple was a terrible company, and all we have is Samsung and Sony devices. Even Elon Musk came here seeking how we were so successful.
Well, I'm gonna go relieve myself, and I'll be right back, gentlemen. I'd like to do a perception check around the room as I go.
Yeah, go ahead and make
see if
either
anybody's
each of you
eyeballing us.
make a perception and an investigation, whichever one's higher for any of you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do perception.
I will do
12.
the perception. There we go. 17 for perception.
17 for perception. How about you, Chris?
22 for perception.
All right. So,
Give it to me.
and Rule, you each kind of notice that the elven woman is not currently just staring at you, but every now and then she'll peer over and see what you're doing. The other 2 workers are completely lost it. They're too enamored in their alcohol at the moment. And Chris, you especially noticed something with the paintings that doesn't quite add up. See, it's a full family, and you can obviously tell which one is Ariv, the halfling that you've just met, and he's a younger man. It shows his family and his wife and 1 daughter. But the date is second summer of 240. And the year currently is the 3rd winter of 282.
So there's 42 years difference.
In the painting, yes.
And the painting has him, his wife, and
his wife and his daughter, yeah.
His
And,
wife and his daughter, they aged.
What's the age of his daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, she's young. She's very young.
Is she still young? Like, is she?
From what you can tell, in roughly, I think halfling age is the same as human age. From what you can tell, she's about 12, 13.
And in the painting?
Yes, in the painting as
Same.
well.
Same.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Okay.
Then
Can I?
yeah, I'll take that information and go to the bathroom and then head back here in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, only Ark noticed the painting, though.
Oh,
he can
okay.
share with you, but only he. You noticed the elf woman.
Okay.
That has kind of followed you as you went to the restroom.
Can I go and talk to her? Ariv? Is it Ariv?
Yeah, Arif.
Ariv,
Mhm.
and just ask him. That's a very good portrait. A lot steadier hand than I could ever do. Do you have somebody in town that did that for you? Well, I'm kind of full of myself. Not as much as Rule, but I'm pretty full of myself. But I'm out. Might get a portrait. He rides in on like a centaur or something with a wavy cape.
Unfortunately, no. It was from my traveling days. I was not originally from here. I traveled across the world as an adventurer, and I brought complications between me and my wife. But this is the last memory I have as a full family.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Yo, it's
my fault. But I wanted to, travel around the world and seek for goals, but I guess I lost something along the way, and I understand that. But I kept Bella, and Bella's my life.
What was her name, if you don't mind me asking? Your wife.
Kind of stands back and throws his head and scratches his beard, and I guess it's been so long. I don't remember. I don't remember. No. It's okay. It's probably better that way. It brings up bad thoughts. Bad thoughts.
Yes. I don't mean to pry. Just saw the beautiful painting and just a written image of you and your daughter. It's amazing.
Thank you. It's the one thing that gives me happiness around here. The paintings, the success, and Bella. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Yeah. I have no idea what it would be like.
Well, you must excuse me. I need to prepare your all's meals. Do you eat normal food?
No, sir. I can, but it's not needed. It doesn't do anything. It's kind of like Casper, where they eat all the food and it just falls on the floor. That's basically what I do.
Casper?
No, don't. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
Oh. For a minute there, I thought he was going to become like a friendly ghost or something. Oh, well, I will go ahead and prepare 3 since your friend paid for 3, and trust me, with my meals, you'll be happy that you ate it, regardless of whether it fills you or not.
I will try it. Absolutely. Thank you.
And with that, he kind of disappears through the little folding door that leads into the kitchen, leaving Bella just kind of still there cleaning off the countertop.
Hey guys, that bathroom is pretty nice.
He's not lying. It's probably the best restroom you've been to.
I'm glad it meets your specifications.
Well, 2 gold worth. It's 2-ply.
Did you leave it like you found it?
2-ply. Very soft.
Please tell me you didn't do too much damage to that bathroom. I think
There's some magic. There's some magic in that bathroom.
It took a D12.
But
poop joke count 1.
But I'm still kind of joking around, and there's a elven lady that has followed us in there. So she kind of has our gaze. She's gazing on us.
Maybe
She's right over there. But yeah. Did we get our food yet?
He is preparing it as we speak.
Okay.
And just as you mentioned it, he appears back out with 3 plates. It's kind of impressive. He has one on his shoulder, and with the expert move, he's able to place all 3 of them at the same time in front of you, each of you. And if you need anything else, let me know. I will be in the kitchen. There's a little bell against the wall. If you ring it, it either means I've done a good job or you need something. But for either purpose, I will appear.
Oh, well, thanks, Areeb.
I have a quick question for you, good sir.
Yes.
When did this boom start happening within this town?
I'd say about maybe a year ago, perhaps 2. I don't rightly remember, but it was recent. It's definitely recent.
Anything in particular that spurred it into action? Anything special that caused everything to start going well?
I cannot blame it on one special thing. I think it was a joint effort with everyone in the community. We really changed around the town and benefited each other. It was all on our effort.
What kind of efforts did you all put in?
The crop rotation, different technologies, and I'm just a simple tavern keeper, so I don't know all the secrets. I don't hold all the secrets either. But
if you want to know their techniques for making the crops grow, or the miners' secret to find more ore, I would ask them instead.
I'm certain we will. I just figured since many people would come here for their meals or a good drink and all that, you know how people tend to talk and brag and stuff like that. So I thought maybe you had some insight.
No, everyone's fairly content here. It's no one stands out from each other. No, it's just a great turnaround for everyone, and we're all happy for it. If you do not mind, I really need to tuck my daughter in. It's way past her bedtime.
Totally understand. Thank you, good sir, for the good food, and for the room.
He smiles and picks up Bella, and as he's starting to walk up the stairs, oh yeah, your room is on the second floor. It's the last door to the left.
Reeves, you know you've got a man outside loitering around your front door.
Do not listen to him.
Does that concern you?
I leave him there. I'm not a man of violence, but if I could, I would kick him out. I would. I'm half tempted to pay you, kind three, to do the honors for me. Just don't listen to him. He's a spiteful man. Does not work for anything.
He's lazy.
He's lazy. He's a liar. He's full of deceit. Spit in his direction.
Can I insight check him?
You may.
May I assist?
And I would like to do an insight check on the stuff that he was telling me.
Okay, yeah. We'll start with you, since that happened first.
Okay. 21.
21 will definitely get you that he was nervous. He wasn't innately lying. You can tell that he kind of believed what he said, but he knew it wasn't the whole truth.
Like
And
he's hiding something, but not really, doesn't know what he's hiding.
He's definitely protecting something.
Okay.
But he doesn't know the whole bit. He definitely believed in a little bit of what he said, but he knows that's not the entire thing.
Okay.
All right, so Chris?
I rolled a 23.
23, man, you guys got some high rolls. All right. He's not lying about the man outside. At least he you know for certain that he does despise him. He does not think he's a good man.
Okay.
I rolled 5.
Now I don't know that stuff.
All right, so Rule, you immediately feel closer to
Yeah.
and with that he pats Bella on the head and heads upstairs.
I believe it might be good to have a friendly discussion once we make it up to our rooms. There's some
Indeed.
things that aren't quite fitting together in my mind. But we can, y'all, eat up.
After all, we know Rule's iron sharp mind works better on a full stomach.
Yeah.
As each of you start to eat your meals, the two at the table finally decide it's better to fall unconscious at home instead of in a public place, and they stagger to their feet and begin out the door. And at the same time, the woman that had been staying over in the corner gets up and starts for the door as well.
Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm gonna step outside and stretch a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna follow her real quick, see what's going on. Okay.
roll me.
You don't have to tell us that. We know.
Don't tell us the totally obvious, just the merely obvious will suffice.
I don't even roll me anything. Everyone heard that. unless
I was
you
trying to
want
be
roll
stealthy. I was trying to be stealthy.
a sleight of hand or a stealth check.
Stealth check.
You do it.
That is a 14.
All right, yeah. You definitely tried to be stealthy about it, and you think that you did.
All right, I'm following her.
All right. So as soon as you get outside, you can see that the beggar has moved. His little sheet is no longer there. Himself is not there, and
What
all
about
that's
the
left
candlestick maker
the candlestick maker,
or the butcher?
the butcher.
Baker, candlestick.
Slaughterhouse is closed, my friend.
Slaughterhouse is open wherever I go.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday. Come into the slaughterhouse, brother. These two big guns at
That's
work.
exactly what it sounds like. I sound like a WWE wrestler.
You sound good, my brother.
Only Monday night on a pay-per-view.
What you gonna do, brother, when these two D20s wrap their hands around you?
Great.
All right, so
Can you tell I do two WWE wrestling streams a week?
oh, do you?
Oh, nice.
The,
All right,
the
so-
actual thing, or the video games, or
The video games, I've got two different universes I've created. One is a group of us friends that are Doctor Who fans that someone else started on their channel that I've continued on, and then I have another one that I do on Saturday nights. It's all different DMs, GMs, and RPG players that are friends of mine on Twitch that get together for Saving Throw Wrestling.
That's awesome.
I might have to join you if you have a PS4 because I
it's-
made a.
I'm all PC based.
PC.
Or-
Yeah, my poor microwave toaster is not powerful enough.
Yeah. So I do it all through AI, so that way they can't accuse me of rigging matches. Not that my wrestler has that great of a record, but
I just need to get Bible Man in there. That's my one thing. To continue, you walk outside and you see that they're all three of them are walking in the same direction. She's caught up a little bit and is now walking in front of the two drunkards, just down the street toward the well.
Okay.
They're walking towards the
She's
well,
walking
I think.
towards the well.
Yeah, and away from you. So you guys say like, all right, so you've entered here. This is the road going to the well's right here. The end's right here.
Okay.
Just to put it on a linear basis.
I'll go back inside and well, you know that baker said we shouldn't go towards that well, right? Well, that's where she went. I say we stretch our legs and burn off some of this dinner.
Is there anybody else in the tavern right now?
Nope,
I believe it's empty except for us.
completely empty.
Can I go and just do a real good look over of this painting, like just to see if there's any other details that I didn't see at the beginning?
You may. I can go ahead and tell you with that high roll that you got there already, you've unlocked like the important secret from it is the date at the very, very bottom. But you can, with the thorough, you're able to actually go up there and touch it, figure out he wasn't lying. This definitely was not made here, and it was definitely made in a land far away and a while ago when he was out adventuring. It's got a few scrapes and bruises.
Like a galaxy far, far.
It looks 40 years old
in the
instead
land
of
far, new.
4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, off to adventure, or are you guys gonna have to take your rest?
Come on, man. Come on. Look at these. Look at these. I'm pretty
Reeve,
tired, actually.
Comes
never-
back down the stairs.
I don't understand why you show me your biceps all the time. Like, everybody has.
Ugh.
Well,
Reeve does come back down the stairs, and
Sorry,
Well,
Reeve.
if each of you are going to stay here, there is not much to do outside at night. all the shops are closed. I was going to go ahead and lock up for the day.
What's in the well, Areve? That crazy baker said stay away from the well. What's wrong with the well? What's going on with that well?
Don't listen to him. It's just a dried up well.
Jeez. All right, well, we're going to go head out and maybe throw a coin in there and wish for something. Is that okay? We'll be right back.
Go ahead. I will wait for you to lock up. I don't want to lock you up outside. You know.
Why is that?
Then you wouldn't get back to your room. You had to break through one of the windows if you wanted to.
Everybody laughs here. It's great.
It's just a custom. We all laugh. It's part of our culture.
Yeah, love your culture.
Yes, I will wait.
Is there any land for sale here?
Land? Yes, it works as a basis. You can set up shop anywhere that you want that's not already claimed.
I need about 500,000 acres. Is there a place around here that has that?
Yes, indeed, there is actually. It's
What?
500,000 acres away.
Whoa. Man, I'm gonna talk to your real estate agent in the morning.
Very well.
I got 100 gold burning through my pocket right now.
Just the Duke usually invites people and hears requests whenever the morning comes. I think he starts around high noon, whenever the sun is at its most high peak.
The Duke.
Yes, the Duke.
What's his?
Don't tell me you haven't heard of the Duke.
Of course we have. I mean, you all heard of him. I mean, right? I mean, Sam talks about him all the time, like they're the best,
That's okay.
best buddies
I
since
won't
they were
blame you
kids.
if you haven't. He doesn't really make a big appearance of himself. He just resides up in the manor above.
The place that we came by on the way here with the heavy fence and everything around it?
Yes, if you arrive from the road heading
Wow.
into town, it would be on the hill opposite of which you came from.
Fancy place.
Interesting.
But since you all insist, I will wait outside with you to make sure I don't lock you all out. I want to keep the door locked just in case that beggar comes around. I've called him a couple of words that I may not have should have said.
Oh, really?
I have
Reeve,
a
I'm
terrible
shocked.
It's a fault. It's a fault. What can I say?
Man who has adventured like you should be able to handle himself.
It's the temper where the adventure comes from.
Well. Well, guys, y'all want to turn in? Y'all want to go check around? How late are you going to let us stay out tonight? What's our curfew, Areve?
I'd kind of like to make sure my daughter is in bed within an hour, but if you really must, there's not much to look at, but help yourself.
Hey, we're new here, man. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good time. Wait, let's see what
I
kind of
guess
trouble
so.
we get ourselves into, yeah?
He kind of reaches behind the counter and pulls out a book and says, I got entertainment. I'll just wait outside the door for you.
You gonna
okay?"
cast a spell at me? Is that what you're gonna do, Areve? Are you a magic user?
I'm just going to read the Three Cavaliers.
Oh, okay.
People have claimed that I'm a magic user after they taste my food, though. Other than that.
It was very delicious.
Is that book with Darmanion in it?
You think of the one with Dinarnatan. Yes.
Yes,
and then,
Dinardite, yeah. That's a good
Samo
Three
and-
Cavaliers, that's a good one.
Yes.
Is that where they see Spot?
Yeah, it's a great adventure with romance, action, and comedy. It's one
A
of the best books
trifecta.
ever written.
That's a good book.
I believe that would be the one with Cathos, Porcos, and Cannabis, right?
in a Samo, actually.
Oh, Sambo.
Oh.
That's the one.
Samo, yes. But I'll get to reading. I do
Alright.
love this conversation, but feel free to toss coins down the well. I think I saw a couple of passerbys do it. I don't quite understand it myself, but then again, I like my money.
Yeah.
All right. I head
Oh.
outside.
Yeah.
As I walk out, I say, "Hey, main character dies in the end."
They all die at the end. See you
I
later.
was,
Bye, Reed.
I was wanting to read the sequel about the man in the wooden mask.
The wooden mask. That's great. All right, we're heading outside. Heading toward the well. Hey guys, y'all want to head toward the well? It sounds like that's where everything's happening.
How far away is this well from the inn?
It's at the very end of the road. This isn't a very big town. I would say, in terms of like blocks, four blocks.
Okay.
You pass by a few stores and not obviously a couple houses before you get there. The streets are also clear. You do not see the woman that you saw earlier or the two drunkards. You also don't see the beggar. He's moved shop.
Is there anyone else out on the streets?
Just you guys.
Interesting.
Would you like for me to go check it out? Kinda
I want to
motion y'all
walk up.
towards-
I want to walk up to the well as well. Then I want to use divine sense to detect good and evil.
So the well, as well as anything else in this town, and well, while we're at it, you don't sense anything innately evil from any of this.
Okay.
Just from Archie.
Since just from Archie, you don't sense anything innately good either. It's just, your
Neutral.
average mundane
Okay.
town.
Can I try to stealth and follow them along, but not be out in the open? Basically, use the bait.
Yeah, you may. You can disappear an alley and roll me a stealth check. 18. All right, you are definitely hidden for the time being.
And
All right. As we
That was
get
me dropping my dice. 1 second.
What do you think there, Sham?
All right. As we get to the well, I want to look inside. How deep does it appear to be, or can I tell? with
As
this
you get to
dark
the
light?
well, you see that it's just an average, there's stones that's built up around it. It's a circular well. However, there's been one major addition to it in which there is a gate to it. There's a little trap door that's been, with iron bars that's been fastened to the top of this thing and it's been locked. You can barely see the bottom, but it just looks like mud. If barely any, there might
How big are the spaces between the iron, or is it solid?
about that.
I look for a rock or a rock or a clump of dirt and all that's small enough to fall in between to drop it down. I want to make sure that it goes all the way down.
Yeah, there's plenty of pebbles and stuff that you can toss down there. You pick up the closest one, you drop it down there, and hits it in the dirt.
Okay.
Not too long
Yeah.
after you drop it either. It's
Yeah.
Looks like this well may have been one of the first sources of water, but after it dried up, they didn't really plan on digging deeper.
And this gate appears to be to keep people and animals from falling in.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I bring my glaive out. Do I see any animals around here?
Roll me a perception check.
That is a 10.
You see one rat
All right.
by someone's house.
I, at will speak to animals.
All right.
And I will, bring up my little sheet here. And my sheet. Speak with animals. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the GM's discretion. So, I am going to...
Now this is limited to beasts, right?
This is speak with animals, so it's...
Speak with animals.
Communicate
So
with beasts for the duration.
Alright, just making sure.
So I'm going to...
Just, hey, I speak common.
It ignores you. And it runs off.
Tell him I got cheese.
It refuses to acknowledge you and keeps running.
Well,
Roll me
what is the point of this spell?
roll me a nature check. roll me a nature check real quick.
Nature. That would be a 4.
That'd be a 4. I'll give you you definitely know that should have worked. You've never had this happen to you before. Especially with the rat.
Guys, I
In your
apologize.
experience.
This has never happened to me before.
It's just very odd that it just up and run away from you, especially if it's being spoken to with something that would recognize.
New place. No.
Maybe he's just a rude rat.
It's concerning.
Maybe he doesn't like strangers.
Possibly, but normally they are very friendly towards me. It's kind of strange.
Interesting.
That should not have happened.
Are there any birds or like bats flying around in the sky at all?
It's getting pretty late, so all the birds have gone ahead and gone to their nests because their eyes cannot see well in the dark.
Right.
No bats. Maybe if you had gone closer to the mines, you could find a couple, but not out here. Not close to the town.
Okay.
Possible for me to make my way like right up next to the well without running out of stealth. Like stealth my way.
Like closer to the well?
Yeah, like right up to where I'll just come out.
Yeah.
I'll walk out of the shadows. I'll walk up. Can I look at the gate there? Does it have a lock? Does it have?
Yeah, it has a very sturdy just lock on it.
Okay. Do you guys want to take a trip? I can probably try to open this thing up.
Like Moana?
I think the answer would be yes for him.
Only if you say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You guys do hear a reeve. Are you two done? Are you three done yet?
We're so close, brother.
We're being
So close to what? Did you drop something down there and not get it back?
I
can
can't
ask-
figure out my wish. I read.
so as closely as we're being watched right now might not be the time to do it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
We could let him lock up, and then I could come and unlock us up, and then make our way to the well.
Let's sneak out like we used to do when we were kids.
I don't remember my childhood.
Oh, sorry.
Good idea. Let us head back.
What's your manufacturing date?
As
What's
we
your
walk
stamp?
back, do we see like windows with lights in them, or do we see any kind of shadows in the windows or silhouettes?
The shops are definitely all closed. You don't see any lights or stuff in there. There's the occasional one or two silhouettes, but there is no open flame, no lights in these houses.
Basically, the proverbial rolled up the sidewalks at sundown, and everyone's gone. Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's head back to the inn. Let's not keep our good host waiting.
Agreed.
As you guys get back, Arif seems a little bit relieved. Oh, finally, it's about to be nighttime.
I was going to
Oh, I
ask,
wasn't gonna
can I
do-
do a perception check to see if that lady is looking at us? See if I can see her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. That's 21.
Nice.
Nicely.
Yeah, you see her. She's, just staying in one of the alleyways, kind of looking on, but as she sees that you noticed her and then walks off.
Ma'am. I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Name's Rule, by the way. As she's walking off, I'll go, Rule! With an L.
Arif kind of shows each of you and every one of you in, and once you're finally all in, he will lock the door and then put that extra little. He has like the old person syndrome where he has the three locks, and then there's a padlock on the door itself.
Oh, yeah.
And
And then he has like a huge bar that he sets across onto.
he has he has like the several little slides and a little chain. I'm going to retire to my bed. If you guys need anything, I operate an honor system. If you need a drink, there's a little jar at the end of the counter. If you put in whatever coin or whatever you see fit. But I am very successful, so I do not mind giving away my inner kitchen to total strangers. It makes life easier on me that way. But
Nature of the business, right?
but
Yeah.
I will retire. Please help yourselves to your room. It's like I said, it's
night,
second floor.
Arif.
Good night.
You are a wonderful man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, good sir.
We're very tired. We're gonna go to sleep. All right.
Yeah. Good night. Then he disappears up the stairs.
All right, how do we get out of here? We
I
can't
wonder
go
if-
through the front door. Jeez.
I wonder if the back door has as many locks on it as the front.
Probably.
We should probably wait a bit for both of them to fall asleep, but anyone else who might be
Anybody-
staying here.
Y'all want a drink real quick? Just a nightcap?
I will pass for now.
All right.
It does no good for me. So there's not really any fun in it.
Well, it's kind of fun watching you drink it. I mean, it really is. It's like you pee your pants every time you drink something. It's kind of funny.
I'm sure it is, but
All right, make a man drink alone. I'll head over there and drop 2 silver in there and pick a drink.
All right. Grab the nearest bottle.
Top shit.
It will top shelf. Yeah. The only shelf actually.
There you go. Oh, they're good. Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. But just a little bit. I'm not getting
Don't
sloshed at all. So, just something to warm me up. Because
Go.
I'm naked and I'm just flexing my chest like this all the time. Not naked. I got fine clothes on. But
just
they're-
walked around me.
Right,
It's
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
Wonderful.
one of Nathan's rules. is
That's why she was
say it,
staring
you
at
know?
me.
Yeah. Let's say I forgot to mention my rule, and I've already broken it. I think once. Anything that you say happens, it makes for very entertaining experiences.
Put some clothes on, please.
Ugh. All right, well. Can I take a look at the back door? Is it accessible?
Can I go?
You
check
would
out the
actually
kitchen?
notice now that you're behind the counter and you kind of peer into the kitchen, you would expect the back door to be there, but there isn't one. It is just the one entrance.
Oh. Is there a secret hatch?
Do me a perception or investigation if you wish.
Can I help on this?
You may.
That, sir, is another 21.
Oh my goodness, you guys are some high rollers tonight. You do notice, not a secret hatch on the floor, but behind one of the cauldrons that he uses, obviously for stew, there's a little furnace underneath that he uses to heat it up. Behind the cauldron is a little hatch, and when you open it. It doesn't have a lock on it. You do see letters, just several ones, all written in Sylvan.
Okay.
I rolled a 26. Did I get anything?
You do to see that there's not a hatch on the floor, but in fact, behind one of the cauldrons he uses to cook his stews, there's a furnace underneath. You find the same letters. That's with a thorough, especially with you, inspection of the room. That's the only thing that's not,
Okay.
that's hidden. It's not in plain sight.
And I apologize, that was a 17, not a 21. I was adding the wrong modifier.
Chris finds that.
It's a 17, though. Come on.
So I'm like, Rule, come over here. Look at this. Look at what I found. And I show it to him.
Ooh, Sylvan.
Does
What
anybody
does it say?
Does anybody speak Sylvan?
I speak Elvish, but not Sylvan.
Well,
With Elvish, you'll be able to pick up just a little bit of the letters. Them being so such a similar dialect.
I can give it a try. Here, let me take a look.
Roll me a history check. I'm gonna say history.
Okay. 19.
19. You're definitely able to kind of gather the message or intent, the summary of the letters. They just seem to be guidelines.
Guidelines for what?
Do not let
I speak Elvish.
visitors into the well. Do not let visitors out after night. Keep watch of your daughter. And the list kind of goes on. Those are the 3 ones you're really able to pick out. Do not ask for. Do not give away. Do not stay after dark.
Interesting. All this here kind of appears to confirm what the beggar was telling us. To stay away from the well, for him to watch over his daughter, to
What I can't
not
figure
be
out.
out tonight.
The painting on the wall is supposed to be from 40 years ago, and they look exactly like they do now. The date is written on the painting, so either he's not as human as he says he is, or
hey,
Something is going
He
on.
he definitely has aged since then. The image in the painting is a younger, it's definitely him, but he's definitely younger. The only one that really isn't, because you're an inquisitive eye, you definitely notice these things, but the only thing that should have changed that didn't is the daughter.
Is the daughter.
oh, okay,
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's aged 40 years since then.
okay. Now,
hey,
Interesting.
Archie, go look behind that painting, see if you can see anything. Maybe there's a secret message or someone who.
do we have a lemon juice and
and a blow dryer and a match?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll stop with all the movies.
What's funny is I'm getting them, but that's even worse. Well, you are a national treasure, Archie. What do you see, Archie?
It
What
just
else?
leads to another clue. Another clue leads to another clue.
Rabbit hole.
All right.
So
Off
there
of
is
tangent.
Huh?
there's a behind the cauldron. Did you say there's a door?
It's
Or is
just a
it
little
like a
like
file?
for a better like explanation, think of like one of your air vents at home that you have in the wall. Basically, it's just a little latch or little bars and stuff, and you
Right.
basically just undo the latch. You pull the pin, and the gate basically with gravity will fall down. You can reach in, it's a tiny cubby hole,
And there is like a pocket there.
and that's where you pull the letters out.
This is behind the bar, right?
Yeah, this is actually in the kitchen.
Okay.
So they're written on parchment. These rules in
Mhm.
this cubby, are they all written on one sheet of paper, or is it like envelope mail type?
It's multiple letters. Each one contains a different thing.
Okay.
And a different object, basically.
I got you.
I tried to put everything back the way it looked when we opened the grate up.
You're the one that read it. Give me an insight check.
Okay. 11.
Well, you can definitely see that these letters were not written at the same time, and
Actually, passive insight is 12. So
okay, so
if that makes a difference.
you can just definitely tell these letters were not written at the same time. They seem to be written, in a tone that seems that corrective. They
Almost admonishing, but not quite.
correcting. Just adding on stuff that they might have forgotten to add to the first letter.
Okay.
Right, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break for everyone.
All right, intermission.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I just need to refill my mug.
No worries. We'll be right back, everybody.
All right.
as is our ship's captain. Oh, and we've got a Ferengi at
And we're back.
All right. So, you guys are still in the foyer, the main room with all the tables, and you've recently discovered all these letters and such. So, what would you like to do?
Can I go over and start sizing up these locks to see what exactly is going to be needed to get these opened up?
Well, a few of them are just easy enough. You just slide them to the right, and that's it. But the main lock has obviously a key. It's just a padlock around two iron bases. The door itself is wood, and the thing that the iron latch is held on to itself is also wood. It's just a little round hole that the lock just goes through and makes it stay there.
Okay. I would like to try to open up the door, so you tell me what I need to do.
All right, so you have thieves' tools, right?
Yes.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand check. You're basically just going to add your dex and your proficiency modifier to the thieves' tools.
So 15 plus 4.
All right, so 19. 19 will do it. It opens up just as the sun goes down.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
Everyone,
I'm just singing in the background.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Now,
Oh boy. Wisdom saving.
dirty 20.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Like them dirty 20s.
a 9.
Ooh.
That's a 5.
All right. So, Ark and Rule, you start to notice that the tavern is on fire.
Hey.
And you yourself, Shamgar, you notice that the tavern is on fire too, but you don't feel any heat from it. You don't feel any pain.
Oh man, it's gonna cost us a lot more than 2 gold.
So
Archie.
you start to freak out a little bit.
Rule,
We gotta get out of here, guys.
rule, Archimedes, stay calm.
Oh,
Well, I see flames, but there's no heat coming from them.
prove it, man. Prove it, cause I'm out of
I
here.
stick my hand in the flames.
Prove it. Oh.
No damage, no pain.
What the?
Does it look like my hand is burning?
That smell.
Someone doesn't. Someone's trying to scare
are
us.
tough, Sham.
While we're at it, everyone roll me a perception check. Sham with advantage.
That is.
We're rolling what again?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
That's a dirty 1.
Oh no.
It's a hard 1.
10.
I'm sorry. 0.5 is great. All right, 10.
10.
I have an 11 was what I rolled. I have a passive perception of 18 though.
Okay,
That's
we'll
the
take
perception
whatever
for me
it.
is 12. So
And yet that is with advantage, right, Shamgar?
yeah, that was with the advantage. Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Yeah. Too bad. Too bad numbers.
You notice that all the objects and Shamgar knows that all the objects and the wood and anything that's inside the tavern is on fire. You basically have been encased in this faux fire that's just burning the tavern. Art, though, you notice that the tavern looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit more run down. There's not as many as, it's nowhere near as pretty as it once was. And you look at the window and you see that this fire is not only just in the tavern itself, it's engulfed the entire town. And all these nice shops that you saw earlier seems just kind of shoddy and disrepair, decrepit.
Guys, have you guys looked outside? You might want to see what's going on out here. Can I open up, now that I've unlocked it, can I open up the door?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's already swung open. Actually, the door's barely there. It's like half a door.
Can we see this now that he's got the door open?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of notice the little... Definitely revealing.
Interesting.
Guys, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I grab Rule and I start trying to get him outside of the building.
Somebody save me. I don't even have any children. I don't have my kingdom.
I help by grabbing him by the collar and I drag him out.
Rule, are you resisting at all?
No, man, get me out of here, man. I'm gonna die.
Archimedes wants to immediately look at the mansion that is on the opposite hillside and see if it is engulfed in flame and the same whole 9 yards.
It is not.
I look towards the well. What do I see?
It's also not in flame, but you do, and I'll say that you guys are close enough to notice that the gate has been opened. It's no longer locked, and there is a rope ladder that's been stuck into the ground that trails into the well.
Guys, we gotta go somewhere. I'm gonna die. This whole place is burning.
I get him out in the middle of the street and I do the old Three Stooges special bap, 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 to wake him up.
Damage.
So- to wake him up, to break him out of this panic that he's in.
Come on, Mo. Gotta do this
Roll,
quickly.
look. Something weird is going on. All right, do I...
Are they on fire? Is Sham and Archie on fire too?
Fire doesn't touch any of you guys.
Does it look like I'm on fire?
It's just in
No,
my
I am
heart.
not.
Just in my heart, Sham. Just in my heart. Well,
Okay,
guys, I'm
and
telling you right now, everything is still on fire to me. So
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I've seen or heard of anything like this before?
Do me an Arcana check? Do me a religion check.
Religion? Okay, that'll even be better. 19.
19. All right. This is not like normal magic. It's not an illusion yet. It's there. If anything, you can kind of tell that from your just knowledge of religious acts that this fire is not quite holy,
Mm-hmm.
but it has the same effect. It's not completely godlike. It's not something that normally you would see, but you know that it's emanating from some kind of holy source.
Mhm.
You're also able to perceive that with, that if anything, the town itself was more fake than the fire was.
So that amazing toilet that Rule took a deuce in was really just a hole in the ground.
It's probably just a one-holer.
And the two-ply
what
toilet
was the
paper.
2-ply? What
Well,
was
Probably
that?
just a corn cob.
I will say from experience with Rule, the toilet paper you used was very real. And the food that you guys ate was very real. It was just as good as it was that you would think it would be.
What?
Would you say it to be exactly what we expected?
Exactly, yeah.
What was the bidet? Because now I'm worried.
All right, I head towards the well.
All right. Once you're there, you're able to look in. The ladder goes all the way down. You can even see the pebble that you threw in there earlier. There's a torch. There's a light at the end of the well. You don't see the torch though. You see light emanating from a corridor.
Do I see any animals?
You see the rat earlier.
The rat is back.
It's watching you guys.
I need help with my friend. Speak with animals.
You're on fire. Little rat, run away.
What's your AC rule?
15.
All right. The rat launches itself at you, but just kind of bounces off your bulging pecs and muscles. Doesn't do any damage, and once it realizes that its efforts were futile, it runs away. You do get an opportunity attack on it, though, if you want to smush it.
Do so. They may be someone might be watching us with it.
Oh, that's a good call. Because normally they do what I ask.
I don't think it's what we think it is.
Yeah.
Crush it, rule.
Do I still see it?
It's a little bit farther away from you now, but if you chase after it, you can probably smush it. I would say that you're just a bit faster than.
I'm gonna run after it and grapple it.
Okay.
And
Roll me athletics.
Throw it in a sack.
Well, it got a natural 3 on that, so as long as you beat that.
Well, you barely beat me, even though I have a +5, so that's a 9.
All right, so you definitely catch it. Roll me a perception check as you've run down this alleyway.
That is a dirty 20.
You see your old pal, the beggar. Although he's...
Oh, beggar. I thought you said baker.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, the beggar. I thought you were just making fun of me.
Time.
I thought
really?
baker. That's why I said butcher
no.
and candlestick
No,
baker.
Probably makes a little bit more
Now
sense
I'm
now
a
that he's the beggar.
moron.
He's
Not just in game.
kind of laying there awkwardly on the ground.
He's laying there awkwardly?
Yeah, he's kind of like doing this kind of thing.
Oh, boy. Hey,
Outlined with chalk.
Hey, Archie Sham, we got the beggar over here. He's not doing too well.
I grab him by the front of his shirt and pull him up and say, "Okay, enough of the act. What's going on?"
As you pull him up, you can see his hood kind of falls down. You see that you definitely might have been able to identify him if it was earlier in his life. He's definitely humanoid, but due to age, scarring, and other maiming of his body has taken, his race is hard to pin down.
Is he
Definitely
alive?
just scarred and gray.
Is he
And
barely
he's
alive?
no
or
longer
alive?
with us.
Oh, no.
Can you talk to them dead things?
No, I don't have that ability.
Can I do a medicine check on him to see cause
You
of
may.
death, maybe?
You can either do a medicine check or an investigation check. Each of you can, and you can do it whichever one's higher.
I will do, well, both of them are +0, so it really doesn't matter.
That is a dirty 19.
Ooh.
I've rolled a 15 plus 5, so 20.
18.
All right. There is no blood on his body, no blood on his clothing, no pierced holes, nothing has happened to his clothing. You do notice that there is a mark around his neck, and it doesn't look like normal rope that you'd see for hanging or strangulation. It's mostly just smooth.
Does it look like something like if there was like an iron band for
No,
bond him or something like that?
it's smooth, almost kind of reminds you of grains of a tree,
Oh.
or like
This
the
reminds me.
kind of outer shell of a root, for lack of better words.
This reminds me of a man in my tribe a long time ago. His name was Epstorn.
What happened to him?
Something like this. No one really knows.
I look around at the windows of all the houses. Are there any lights on now?
Other than the faux flame that's lit everything up, no.
Okay. What I
I
expect.
go, can I investigate around the top of the well? Make sure there's no trixies or...
You may. Yeah.
I want to loot the body.
All right. On the beggar's body, he has 2 silver and 1 gold.
I gave him 2 gold.
2 gold. 2 gold. Do you mistake one?
2 gold. All right, 2 gold. But more of that, like, is I mean,
You
not
can
any
take his-
weapons or anything. Just just.
You can
one.
take his shabby, his hooded robe, but then he'd be naked.
No, I'm not gonna do that to him.
Investigation. I
I'll
assume.
cover him up though, like head over his head.
All right, so roll me investigation, Ark.
Into the earth you return.
It's a 16.
16.
11.
There's no trap in any way. There's a little rope bridge that you see now. There's little attachments on the well so that it can be propped up and someone that can climb down. Nothing else other than that. The lock is not only open but gone. The lock is whoever opened this thing up took it with them.
Are we doing this, guys?
Yeah,
think we
man.
might-
I mean,
yeah, we have to.
I'm just curious though. Set the scene for me. Is everything on fire still?
Yes, everything except for the well and the manor.
But it's
And
fire
this-
that doesn't hurt.
No.
It's not. It's not. The buildings aren't burning down there. It's kind of like
They're
the
not
burning
burning
bush. It's not. It's not
Right.
being.
Yes, burning. It's not. Nothing's being actually burned. If anything, it's more revealing. It shows that the buildings aren't as. They were less well constructed buildings. There was windows made of glass. Now it's broken or in shambles, in disrepair.
The fire is revealing a ghost town.
Yes. Like Minor 49er from the Scooby Doo Ghost Town.
hmm
And the manor, is there lights on?
No, but it's not on fire.
Right.
We go in will like they might expect us to. Go check out the manor. My question is, if we walk outside the city limits and turn around and look what we see.
Right. Will we see a town
Yeah.
ready to party?
Are we going in the way that's been open to us, or are we going back?
Well, according to my traits as a person.
According to myself,
Obviously, yeah.
According to my inner feats, faults, and bravery.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, pretty sure danger lies either way we go. So, hey, it's us though. I mean, look at these. Look at these. We're gonna be fine. We got good people.
The gods that
Archie.
are revealing it to us. We have to go.
while he's
Archie.
going through this speech and like kissing his biceps,
Sham.
I just start climbing down the rope
We've
ladder.
been
just
together
disappear.
for many years.
Okay, it doesn't break. You're able to make it all the way down.
But I think that
Well, he
Where's everybody?
sermonizes, I follow.
Okay.
Leaving him there to
We will conquer. We will find our land. Our kingdom will come. Milk and honey. And all those sorts of things. Who's with me?
None of us were already down the well.
Yep. Oh, they always do that.
You may think that no one heard your deep and speechful monologue, but no. The world witnessed it.
You heard me though, didn't you, rat?
Let me guess, you got the leader fee?
Oh, real quick. Now that you have that rat, nature check or investigation. Either one that you want, Corey.
Okay. Both of them are -1, so.
Oh no!
Come on, baby. That is.
Hey, oh what? All right.
I'm
all
a
right.
natural to attack.
You're not holding a rat, dude. This definitely is not a rat. It's shaped, it's colored, it looks, and it feels like a rat, but upon closer inspection, as you feel, as you touch, and as you move it around, you notice that this is definitely plant life.
Plant?
Yes.
Ew. I smell it.
Smells like roses.
All right, well, plant, just you and me.
All right.
I head down the well.
All right. As the
Hey
last
guys, that rat is a plant.
A plant?
It's not even a rat. It's a plant.
I am Groot.
Surely you must be joking.
I'm not joking, and don't call me Shirley.
I was hoping you picked up on that straight line.
Goodness.
We're just throwing softballs at each other tonight,
You guys are
knocking them out of the park. Can I see this vegetable rat that you found?
Ratatouille. That's what my name.
It's a chia rat?
Yeah.
Chia. That's a good name.
Grow it
Here you
yourself.
go. Yeah, so I hand it over to him.
Does it look like a root, or can I see what it is, or?
It looks like basically vines, grass, roots, limbs, twigs that's been intertwined and connected to give the shape and form of a rat.
Is it still moving,
No,
or was it
it's
all
no
just
longer moving.
illusion? So it's a
It's
stick.
alive, but it's kind of just staring at you at this point. If you can picture two eyes.
I just hit it.
By the
And
way, everyone hears a clang from above them, and shortly after, the top of the ladder falls right in front of your face.
we should have went in the mansion.
They fell for our trap.
A woman's voice calls from above you. Every being is plagued by their innate sense of curiosity. If only you'd kept your nose clean, perhaps you could have found a home here.
Can I take up my crossbow and fire a bolt up at her?
You may.
I pull out my longbow.
I say to my future queen, if you survive, we'll talk our future
Well,
together.
he applauds our upcoming plant overlords.
It's a 13 is what I rolled.
It hits off the very thin iron bars and bounces back down.
All right, I'm
upon you guys.
gonna shoot my longbow.
You may.
11. That's not gonna do anything.
Yeah. You Also, both of you guys being, at this point in your adventures, you would be considered, if not distinguished, but expert marksmen, that you are firing straight up into full cover.
Yeah. It was worth taking a chance.
Well, may I get your name before we die?
There's no response. It would seem that she's already left.
Ah, all the good ones.
Okay, where is the torchlight coming from?
Now that you guys are actually down in the well, you can see that there's a corridor that's been cut out of the stone that leads down. There is an actual torch that is sitting there.
Okay.
And
How far
as you're
does this passageway go? Can we see?
Yeah, you see multiple arrays of torches. There's just one on the right side each time, maybe 10, 15 feet away from each other.
I'm proficient in survival. Can I check for tracks?
Tracks?
At the bottom of this well.
I'd also like to check for traps whenever it is.
That's a 12.
You may go ahead and roll art, and you do see that there's multiple tracks that's been this tunnel has been used a lot, it would seem.
Humanoid or
definitely boots, definitely shoes, definitely feet. It's just been used a lot. You can't distinguish what shoe shies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to say that, we do have some humanoids that's been using this tunnel here, so nothing too weird like this plant, this chia pet we got now.
17.
19.
17 for investigation.
Okay. You aren't able to really see any traps. It would be kind of hard to hide ones down here too. It's just a complete cut out of the stone that made the well, and then just further on it's just dirt, walls, and then kind of a cave. There's a couple of stalagmites further down on. It would seem that this is just to connect the whale to the already existing cave.
Is there any coins on the ground at the bottom of the well, like people had thrown them in, like you said earlier?
No, he's a liar.
Just the rock that Shamgar threw in?
Yep.
I see it there. I leave it there.
Do we want to tote this little spore dude around with us, or?
Oh yeah, he's in my sack.
Oh, I guess I give him back to you, so you can put him back.
Yeah.
I guess I did, but okay. What if he is by?
He can't really see anything outside of the sack, so.
But maybe they can detect what it is.
Or what we're talking about?
Oh yeah. So let's talk about things that we're not doing, but do things that we're doing. Yeah.
I am.
We could say
what you're saying.
Let's say we're gonna walk east, but we walk west.
I'm pretty sure they know which way the tunnel leads.
All right. What I'll do is is there like a spike or anything on the ground?
Further on, you can see stalagmites and stalactites that line the cave wall, but currently where you're standing, unless you move forward, you can't.
Break a small one of those stalactites or mites off, whatever it's one small enough so I can pin my sack that I have them in the on the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're able to. You're definitely a man of strength. You can break it off and pin it to the dirt wall.
Okay. And then I'll say, well, can't do anything there. Can't follow us or nothing. So we'll keep them pinned up there, and we'll come back for them later. Who knows?
Now that you guys have moved on from that point, everyone roll me perception check.
Good.
12.
12.
It's a 3.
16. My passive it.
Okay. You, 12 and Shamgar and Ark, you guys notice that there's more roots that the further you go down this tunnel toward the cave, there's just more and more roots that have been burrowed out and in of this dirt wall that follow into the cave, some spiral above, some spiral below, and it keeps just getting thicker and thicker.
Can I take out one of my daggers and try to cut one of the roots off that's hanging out from the
Yeah,
tunnel?
you may. Go ahead and make an attack with your dagger, and then roll me damage depending on what you roll.
That's 14.
Yep, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Fan damage.
8.
8. All right. You cut it off. It falls nicely to the ground. There's no bleeding. It's definitely inside of the root.
Does the end that didn't get cut off, does that recoil or anything, or does it stay still?
It stays still. It's definitely plant-like. It's nothing, it didn't react in any way.
I'll put the piece.
I'm just kind of mumbling to myself. I wonder if there really is a real estate guy here then. Maybe not. I doubt
I'll just throw it aside and keep walking. I didn't get the reaction that I thought I would. I just walked.
500,000 acres.
All right, can I do like a history check to see if I've heard of any kind of thing like plants? Something.
Probably not even a thing.
You can
here.
do a history or
Manipulated to be an animal.
a
Like,
nature.
okay,
One day
either one's gonna be
Yeah.
no bonus for me. So,
One day
Mhm.
I'm gonna find my king.
but I roll a 15.
All right. It's weird. It's definitely not normal to see this amount of roots so close together. So you can definitely, especially if they were like different plants, that it would conflict. They'd strangle one another. So this is all from the same plant. You can deduce that.
Mhm.
As for it being near a well, kind of makes
Well,
sense, but
More along the lines of like with the rat being made out of all plant material and all that.
You can deduce, and I will say with his investigation earlier, I wasn't thinking about it with your question. The same kind of tread, the grain of the root matches that of what the rat was made out of.
And have I heard or read about anything like this in any of my studies at the temple?
No.
Okay.
This is
I
new.
didn't think
this
so.
is definitely new.
Didn't think so. I figured I'd take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is very bizarre.
Are you guys
But one of these
moving on
days,
into the cave, or are you still in the little dirt?
I think
Does the
we're
green
moving
pattern?
forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you
yeah,
as
I'm
you
just
move
following along.
as you move forward, you can see that this cave kind of opens up. There's water dripping down. There's actually more water. If they'd ever take the chance to go further with this well, like could have had this huge lake that's formed here. This is just one chamber. Obviously, it keeps on going down. There's another tunnel with more torches and 2 figures at the end of that tunnel. And I would like you gentlemen to roll me initiative. Oh man, that's scary. My goodness. Wow.
Time for the battle to commence.
Oh my gosh.
I've got 16.
All right, 16.
7. And I thought my roll was bad.
Golly.
All right, so Chris, you got a 17, 16?
16.
16. Shamgar got a
7.
7, and
Got a
Corey got a
3.
3. I rolled a 1, so
Hey,
I don't know how to move them as a group.
I joined you.
and
I did a 1 too with a +2 initiative. So
let's see here. Oh, they rolled a 3 too, but it's okay. I'm gonna let you move first. You
my
more than likely have the
biceps are
higher
bigger.
dex. All right, so they are at the other end of this tunnel. This cave. This cave is 30 feet in circumference. And diameter, I think, is actually the right word there. I'm not a math major, guys. Help.
Yeah, 30 diameter. Yeah.
There is a lake on the far side away from it. The cave floor moves around in that lake on the right side, so the left side is just completely just water. You can see it more dripping down in there. They're across the other side at the entrance of the next tunnel. And as you get a better look at them, they are humanoid, but they're fish-like in appearance. They have, fish eyes, a mouth, and 2 kind of thick arms. They sit lower to the ground. They're not very tall. If you want, you can go ahead and make nature or history checks now, or you can wait until you've finished them. It would take an action right now, too. With Art going first.
Oh. I'm going to spend my bonus action and use my insightful fighting and make a contested my insight versus their deception. And if I win, then I get to use sneak attack on the target, even if I don't have advantage.
Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. All right.
And insight, I rolled a 16.
All right, you win. They rolled a 1. Again. So you have an advantage on the whichever one. There's just 2 of them standing right next to each other.
Okay, so I'll just pick the one on the left.
Hmm.
And about how far away are they?
20 feet.
I will then use my crossbows and take a shot.
All right.
That's a big 9.
With advantage?
I don't have advantage. I just have.
Oh, you only get sneak attack. Oh, okay, yeah.
I get to have sneak attack now,
Mm.
but I don't get advantage.
Yeah, it pings off the wall behind them.
Okay. And then I will start off to the side if there's any shadows. I'm not going to try to hide. I don't have the bonus action, but I'm going to try to get my back up against something.
Okay, yeah. And will that be your turn?
Yes, that's me.
All right. With that, that will make it Shamgar's turn.
All right, I'm going to move. I'm going to pull out my Morning Star and get my shield on the other arm, and I'm going to walk about halfway between myself and them. And as I do, I'm going to channel divinity and do Sacred Weapon on my Morning Star.
All
Which
right.
will give it, which considers it magical now at +3 to attack, emits bright light for 20 feet, dim light for 20 feet beyond that. And I prepare myself for possible battle.
All right. Did you want to move closer to them, or you want to stay where you're at?
No, I want to stay where they are. So I want to see if they're going to come after us first, rather than getting right in their face.
All right. With that, it will be Rule.
Well, our first catch of the day. If they look like fish, yeah.
They do look like
Okay, here we go. Now yell out. Do they look like they're ready to fight us?
Oh, they definitely look hostile. They have a spear, and one of them's holding like a net to his side, and another spear. They have, the one without the net has a shield.
Okay. I'll walk. Shamgar, would I know if you are a up in your face cleric or you hang back cleric?
I'm a paladin.
Oh, paladin. Duh. Okay, so we're up in their face. Okay, good.
I'm your pally.
Okay. I'm taking kind of with your like they may not even be hostile. They just might be wondering what we're doing down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not gonna rage yet, but I'll do what you said. I'm gonna walk up next to Sham and just stand next to him, but I'm gonna do that nature check or whatever on him.
All right.
Is that cool?
Go ahead and roll me that.
All right, nature. That's an 8.
These definitely look like fish people.
Well, hey, look, we're just here to, we're just passing through. We don't mean no harm. Ooh, Murlocs. Kill them all! No. What? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't. Yeah. I just gotta pull my hands up, saying, and then that was already my action, so I'm just sitting there, just kind of holding my hands up. So.
All right.
With
It is
the
now their
glaive at the
turn.
ready.
Now, real quick, what type of light was that you're shedding again, Shimgar? Is it just
Bright light for 20
It
feet.
just says bright light. It doesn't say anything more specific than that.
all right?
But it is sacred weapon now. So
They all right. I'll say that they do kind of like shield their eyes from that. It's a little bit too bright for them. And they will throw a spear at the guy that tried to talk to him.
And I whisper to Sham, I guess that answers our question.
And it flies just straight past your head, not nowhere close. It plink into the
they don't seem to like.
lake.
And I go,
They don't seem to like the light.
The other one kind of like shields its eyes and then runs up with its net and tries to throw it around the same guy.
oh, this is cute.
And that's a natural 1. He tangles up in the net and trips and falls. He is now prone. He'll use the rest of his movement.
Bless their heart.
Yep, yeah, he will use the rest of his movement to stand back up.
Oh.
And it is now Ark's turn. As you guys can tell, I'm very combat intensive, challenging.
Ugh, poor guys.
Which one is the one on the left that I?
The one on the left is the one that just tripped over himself. The one on the right is the one that chucked the spear and is now.
Okay,
kinda-
I'm gonna action. I'm gonna shoot a crossbow at him.
The one that tripped over or the spear guy?
The one on the left,
Okay, one on the left.
and that's a 23.
23 definitely hits.
Okay, and then it's 1d6. Roll a 1 plus 4, so that'd be 5, and then I get sneak attack, which is 3d6. I get
All right.
sneak attack because he lost the check last
I think you have to do that. If I remember Inquisitive right, you have to do that each turn, or is it just a one-time thing? So remember, if I think it's like the wording on it. Can you read it off for me real quick?
Yeah. Let's see. At third level, you gain the ability to decipher an opponent's tactic and develop a counter to them. As a bonus action, you make a wisdom check creature you see that isn't incapacitated, contested by the target. Charisma check. If you succeed, you can use sneak attack against that target. You don't have advantage on the attack roll. But if if you don't have advantage on the attack roll, but not if you have disadvantage on it. This benefit lasts for 1 minute or until you successfully use this feature against a different target.
Yeah, definitely 1 minute. All right. So yeah, you do definitely get sneak attack off on him, and you've already dealt 4 damage, right, to him with the 5 with the bonus, right?
Yep, 5, and then an additional 8.
All right, so that is 12.
And then, go ahead.
Oh, okay. He's not looking too good off of that right there.
And then bonus action, I'll bring out my other crossbow and just shoot a normal crossbow.
All right. Go ahead and give me another attack.
And it's a 17.
That hits him again.
That is 6 damage.
All right, he falls. Would you like to describe how you murder this fish man thing?
Harsh.
I take out the first, shoot it, hits him in a vital spot. He kind of stutters back, don't even hesitate. I take out the next one, I shoot him, and as he falls, I look over at Rule and I raise up my bicep and I look at him.
Yeah.
Chris, bringing up an important question. Do Warforged flex? Can they flex muscles, or is it just look at my static image?
No, I do think it has. It talks about metal and wood used tendons and stuff. So I don't know. You're the DM. You can tell me.
I'll say, yeah, you're able to pull off a flex. It's rather impressive, especially after that display. Would you like to move forward or just stay with the back against the wall?
I'm gonna make sure that I have visual on the enemy, visual on friendlies, and my back is up against the wall.
Yeah, you're definitely up in an open cavern, so you can see both very clearly.
Okay, and then that'll end my turn.
All right, with that, it is Shamgar.
All right. Hey, the one with the shield, he's the one who's still up?
The one with the shield's the one that just got RKO'd by
Okay.
by Chris.
All right, then I go after the one who got himself tangled in the net then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to approach him and swing with my Morning Star.
All right, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
22.
22, that definitely hits.
All right, I need a D8. That's cocked. 3, 7, 9 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, he definitely looks winded from that blow. He's still up though, but that definitely hurt.
Okay, is there anything else that I want to do? No, nothing else I want to do right now.
All right. You want to stay in his face or?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, ooh.
I look at him. I take my glaive.
Ooh, a glaive, nice.
I slam it on the ground twice. Like a call to action. I don't rage. Non-lethal damage.
All right.
I just want to knock him out. That is 7.
7 to hit.
Yeah, 7 to hit.
Doesn't do it, boss.
All right. I'll say that's a warning. Tell me what you're doing here. Gosh. Man.
Real quick, because I don't know you guys' language. Does any of you speak Undercommon?
No. Just common.
Celestial,
giant.
Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Ark?
Speak Celestial and Common.
Alright, no, none of you guys understand this guy. He doesn't understand you.
He does?
No, he does not.
He does
Oh.
not.
Alright, with that, it will be his
Alright.
turn, and him, unless you wanted to move away or do anything else.
No, nothing I could do.
Okay.
I mean, I could
him-
rage, but I'm not going to waste it on this guy.
Being a coward by nature, he will run toward the lake.
Oh, okay, then I will do a
To
opportunity of attack.
Mhm.
And
I'll
this
I'll
will
let
be
you go first.
this will be
still
sentinel.
non-lethal.
This will be sentinel. Yes. I'm just gonna
Now, I forget with Sentinel. Do you have to hit to reduce his speed to 0, or do you only have to make?
I
the
have to
attack?
hit him to reduce the speed to 0.
Okay.
That will be a 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That'll be 10 non-lethal damage.
All right. You just bring it right across. You knock him out,
Good.
and he's down for the count.
All right, I see he's down, so I don't swing it. I don't try to swing.
Mm-hmm. And that is the end of combat.
Okay. Guys, these guys just, they seemed like a distraction. They were weak fighters. Look what they were fighting with. A spear and a net. They could be fishermen for all we know.
Or just here to, just playing as, trying to watch out for us.
Exactly.
Sentry.
Now that each of you have gotten able to look at these guys closer, you can roll a history or a nature check.
Both of them are -1 for me.
Ah!
Ooh, that's a natural
natural
20.
20.
Me too.
All right.
19.
I will give you bonus. I won't even let you have to roll for religion, because now you recognize this with that natural 20. You immediately remember the religious significance of these guys. These are the Kuotoa.
Okay.
They are fish people known neutral evil, and they're not very intelligent or charismatic. They're mostly known for, breaking into a storage store and stealing some fish, or making off with a fisherman's daughter, tipping over a fishing boat. They stay close to the shore, and it's kind of weird to see them this far inland.
Far inland.
But you do know that from your texts that you've read and knowledge that you've acquired, they have a special ability that if they truly believe that something is holy, that something is a godlike creature, they can bestow life and innate godhood unto that thing. So you remember reports of lighthouses suddenly starting to attack nearby villages because they believed that it was their god.
I relate
Oh.
this. I relate
good.
this information to Rule, and double check with Archimedes to see if it concurs with what he knows.
Rule, I think you missed your chance to be the ruler and the king that you always wanted to be.
Well,
Maybe there's another chance out there for you.
yeah. I'm looking for good folk too. These
In looking
Not
at
so
the lake,
much.
can I tell this by this body of water if it looks very deep at all?
It's pretty deep. You can see. Yeah, if you had You still have the light on your weapon, I would say that.
Right.
So you can definitely see the bottom. It doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
It looks like it was just trying to hide.
No outlet or anything.
No
or
outlet.
inlet. More importantly, no inlet.
No.
Okay.
It looks like the only place, the only thing that this lake is getting water from is the constant dripping.
Okay.
Loch Ness monster.
All right, I loot the bodies.
All right, you get the wonderful loot of 1 undamaged net, 1 slightly soggy spear,
Okay.
and a shield. It's kind of sticky.
I don't take the shield.
I don't know that I have to ask this, but may I go and retrieve my bolt?
You may, except for the one that you missed, bro.
Okay.
However, I don't. For ranged fighters, as like a house rule, if you like for longer campaigns, if you regularly buy arrows, I'm not gonna keep track of how many you have. I think like for me, it's more of an enjoyable experience if you don't have to constantly manage like your weapon. But that's just on me. If you want to, go ahead. I'm not gonna say that you're gonna magically run out of bolts to shoot because I don't think we did went over real level 4 starting equipment for everyone. So I'm gonna assume that you have enough bolts to support an adventure that you've undertaken. So
That's right, I do.
Okay, I added that.
All right. So he couldn't get out this way. So there's only one other place where they could have come from.
Well, do we go silently or?
You want me to go check on things first? Come back and report, or do we all go together?
I got a +4 on stealth, so we can probably go
No.
together.
Because of my chainmail, I've got disadvantage on stealth.
Oh no.
We won't go too far. Just keep your eye on us, Sham.
Mhm.
Let's go, Archie.
I'll be
so-
stealthy as I can.
We'll stealth forward to the other side and look down the next little cave outlet with the more torches, I think is how you kind of described it.
Yeah, there's still more torches every 10 or 15 feet. There's just another torch. For those that want to go stealthy, go ahead and roll stealth.
That's a 15.
17.
7.
All right,
Clank,
15, 17,
clank,
and
clank,
7.
clank. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Chink, 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 chink.
It's made even worse from the cave. Kind of reverberates.
Ching, 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 ching.
Hello. Oh. Lucas, I am your stepfather. I'm your college roommate's cousin.
I'm your brother's, aunt's, sister's, uncle's, veterinarian's nephew-in-law.
So, as far as the stealth goes, I mean, we already know that Sham was not the quietest one. So, the way the cave is, can one of us go left, one of us go right?
I assume that there's just one narrow passageway that leads
Oh,
you
okay.
onward. There isn't multiple ones in this room. It just seems like it's mostly made out of convenience to connect,
Okay.
the one natural cave and then the well.
Well,
Is there
And then
enough-
this one must connect to something.
okay.
Is there so much light from the torches that I mean? Well, do we make our checks? Are we invisible?
You were pretty quiet.
Okay, I'll take to the right side of the narrow hallway as
I'll
much as
go-
I can. Try
I'll
to
go.
stay up against the wall.
Now go on the left.
All right.
I'll be behind them.
Sham's right in the middle.
The light on my morning star is long since gone out.
Okay.
Because it only lasts for a minute.
Okay.
As you guys continue to trudge forward and make your way down the tunnel,
I'll say 20
eventually
feet ahead of you, Sham.
widens out. You're able to see even more thicker, not just like as the amount of the roots multiplied. It's just that these roots are now just thicker as you guys get closer and closer. It's been lining the cave, lining the lake even. And now it seems that the tunnel that you're walking in is mostly made out of these roots instead of
Is it almost
actual...
banyan tree-like at this point? Is it almost banyan tree-like at this point? The roots and everything, size-wise?
I'm unfamiliar with banyan tree.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
But it's just really thick roots. I mean, they're basically, if you could picture, the way they're sitting in the dirt, the other half that's sitting in the dirt could be tree trunk sized. The cave eventually widens into an open system, and you're placed a little bit farther above. There's a little drop in front of you guys, as you can see this very, very wide open chamber. I would say 120 feet in diameter. And at the center of this chamber is this giant tree. You are still underground. There's no natural sunlight, but it kind of emits a kind of a glow. There's no more torches besides the one that is at the end of the tunnel that you guys have traveled, and at the base of the tree there is a low inches of puddle that's surrounded by more of these fish-like creatures, and one kind of conducting them all in
How
sort of
many?
a ritual as they continue to worship this tree. A quick count would say around 20 to 25 of the Kuatoa, and then there's just the one priest. Give me a perception check on the tree.
3. There's so many for my kingdom.
14.
14. Your passive perception's higher than that, isn't it?
18.
Yeah. Passive is 12 for me.
Okay. And what was that, Chris? I'm sorry.
Passive perception for me is 8.
18.
18. Holy moly!
Not only am I
Dude.
proficient, I am.
Super proficient.
Expertise.
Yeah, I have expertise in perception and insight.
God, just think if you went with the observant feat. Oof. But
Now, is the priest also one of these fish people, or is it some? Is
Yes.
it a different creature? Okay.
yeah, it's also a Kuatoa.
Okay. I didn't catch that, so I wanted to make sure.
I'm sorry.
My fault.
It's almost 1 where I'm at, so I'm starting to get feel
Same here.
effects. Yeah. So Chris, you're able to see that there are people, not Kuatoa, but actual people that have been kind of ingrained in the tree. They all seem alive. You don't see any dead, but they are kind of frail from, maybe just neglect or how long they've been here. You do recognize Ariv, though he definitely looks more frail than what you just saw. And you see just
Hello.
multiple more people that have been put inside of the tree.
Now, are they like? Is there like?
They're
are they
more
wrapped
like
around in branches, or is it
like wrapped around in
consuming-
branches, roots,
Do
some
we
kind of like on the branch just laying there, more of them in the top of it.
Do we see the daughter among them? His
No.
daughter.
Bella?
You don't.
Hmm.
And is there, from the platform that we're at, is there stairs leading down to?
No, it's just a short drop of about, I'd say 6-7 feet to ground. And there's a puddle that's underneath. No, that's not underneath, but I mean, like at the surface, there is a tiny puddle.
We're gonna get soggy.
Chris, you also hear something behind you. And need you to make a athletics or an acrobatics, whichever one's higher.
12.
All right, they rolled a 14 on that, and a swift kick to your back sends you flying down into the puddle.
This is...
Underground
This is-
forest. I said,
You-
this is...
Each of you, now that she's exit stealth, do see the form of the woman that had been
My
plaguing
queen.
rules.
What is
They-
she?
We meet again.
Come on. If you'd like, you can join the tree and benefit from staying here in our wonderful town. Or you can continue to sneak about and try to find out the true riddle of this place. I'm sure you have close enough of a answer that you want, and that might be all you need. And please.
Obviously, you're sucking the life out of these people with your tree.
Oh no, none of the sort. I'm afraid that my body is just over there. And she points to one that's kind of higher up that's attached to a tree, and sure enough is a woman that kind of matches her outlook. She herself has a little blonde hair that's tied in a knot that flows down, and she's wearing kind of royal blue clothing that has a yellow trim. Very nice overcoat that kind of leans down a very wide brimmed hat. She herself is not armed though. She has no weapons. She just kicked Chris down, Ark down.
Where's the halfling's daughter? Why isn't she among these?
She's already passed on, my friend. He wanted to see her again, and the only way to get what you truly want, what you truly desire, is to let the tree provide it for you. The only thing the tree asks is yourself. To give yourself whole.
All right. So we inject ourselves into the roots of the tree, and we get what we want.
But we probably can never leave the town, right?
It's a small price to pay for paradise, isn't it?
But if I take the red pill,
All this is going
I
on.
stay in
Ark is
Wonderland.
going.
Oh, you've hit the ground by now. No, it's just a very slow motion.
Oh, I'm on the
You
ground.
call
I'm still just going.
paradise.
Archie's fine. Get back up here, Archie.
What you call paradise is what I would call hell. Or at least one of the 9 hells.
Here, I thought you were a man of the gods. Do you not
Yes, but-
recognize one?
Yes, but the god I serve would not want me rooted down in one place and never able to be anywhere to go to spread his light.
Suit yourself. She kind of moves past you and jumps back down the same place. If any
Oh,
of
I
you
grab
wanna
her
stop
before
and
she
make-
goes.
Okay, grab her arm.
That is a 20.
She rolled a 10. She jumps down the hole and you have her arm.
Not so fast.
She is down there with Archimedes and you have her arm.
We have a few more questions for you.
She turns around and go ahead.
I kind of squeeze. Don't make me lose my temper. It's been a good day today. So, let's talk more about this tree. What god is this?
To be honest, I don't even know. I came here just as you. I was hired to find out what wonderful secrets this town had so that my lovely nation could thrive off of its splendor.
So your body's up there, plugged in,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right here. So what are you?
Or rather, I'm down here. Could you please pass me my arm back? I'm used to the shell, but it's kind of disconcerting. Not
What?
having
Wait,
your-
I have her arm?
You're holding only
She
her
jumps
arm.
down the 7-foot drop. You have her arm. It just kind of tore off because it's just vines and roots.
Yeah, I would have kind of freaked out a little bit.
He says in retrospect.
It's just
In
now.
retrospect,
I just realized
like-
that her
You're
arm
like
is in my
staring
hand.
her
and
dead
she's-
on, and you go,
You're sitting here holding her hand,
Wait,
like waving
wait
it
a
around,
minute.
and then you're like,
Is it like a
Ah!
plant?
yeah, it is definitely plant.
So it's like the
It's
rat.
definitely vines and roots and stuff coming out of it.
Okay. Holy cow. Okay. So I'm just gonna say, okay, before I give you your arm back, Sham, do you have any idea what this is?
Obviously, it's some sort of vile fiend or divine that
It's
seems
not.
to.
It's not good.
With
doesn't
with your paladins of detect evil or good,
Yeah, I wanted to. I
It's-
want to do.
Okay,
I want to
yeah,
do another
please.
divine sense here to detect good and evil.
it is still neither, and it's such a big presence
Hmm.
that you would have felt it above ground too.
Yeah.
But
So it's just a
this,
neutral
it's,
presence.
It's not inherently evil. It's not inherently good.
It's
It's
not
just
good,
there, and it is what
not
it is.
evil, but one thing is for sure: it is not right.
Okay, so you have the choice of plugging yourself into this tree to get what you want.
But you will. You can't go anywhere.
Right, you're done. You make the choice, you're there forever. Well,
You might have your kingdom, but your kingdom would be just here, not anywhere that
Yeah.
you want it to be.
yeah, that's
I
not
could
going
find,
to
I
happen
could find
here,
the
but-
orb, but I wouldn't be able to return it to the temple.
Yeah, let's say let's not plug ourselves into the tree, but we can probably just move along. What's your name, by the way, young lady?
Oh, my name really doesn't matter anymore. But when
Blah,
I was
blah,
still
blah.
walking
Give me your
around,
name.
they called me Aurora.
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 Aurora. That's a pretty name.
Riri?
What if did you choose to join the tree, or were you forced to join the tree?
Just takes her back a little second. And she tries really hard to think about it. You know, I don't really rightly remember, but
What did the
much
tree,
happier for it.
What did the tree give you?
The thing that I've always wanted. Fame, status.
I'm right here. Oh,
Fame with who? Just
Everyone
the people of
would know.
this. Just the people of this town. Nothing more.
Everyone that I run across knows who I am. Except for, outsiders, of course. But everyone in the town knows me, and I now have a
Well, you-
nobility.
If
A house.
nobody outside knows you, that's not fame, my friend.
I don't know.
That's
You.
no notoriety if you're only known by the people that you see. Fame and notoriety is being known by people you haven't seen,
But if
and
you
you
become,
don't have that.
but if you become my queen for my kingdom, I'll cut your body down, and we'll get you everything you've ever wanted with your real body. What do you say?
It may be too late for that.
I know. I'm about
The
to.
real question is if a tree falls in a cave.
Does
but no
anyone
one's
hear it?
there, If no one's there to hear it fall, does it make a noise? And I look, or Archimedes looks off, and I want to just look at the nearest Toa. How far away are they?
Oh, you're like right next to one.
And they're not.
Oh, so we're just chatting up.
They're not very worried with you at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask. So if we cut you down from this tree, Would you be happy or sad?
I like what I have right now, but thinking about your offer, it sounds rather interesting. Survive this. Seek me out. Find me after you leave this cave, and we'll see what goes from there.
Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna keep your arm, and you come find me.
Fair enough. Keep it to remember me by. She grabs another twig off it and kind of sticks it up there. It's still a twig, but she walks off through the...
I look at her arm, like on her real body. Is it like fading and shrinking? Like,
No, it's just still there.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a regular arm.
Oh man, I'm at a conundrum, guys.
Do we destroy this abomination?
Well, if they made the choice, then who are we?
Well,
to...
she doesn't remember if she made a choice or not.
No, we need to talk to somebody else.
Wonder if we get rid of the fish people, if it will take the power away from whatever entity, like godhood.
Oh, you're saying go up to the mansion?
No, I'm saying get rid of the worshippers, priests, and the god is not a god anymore. Like Santa Claus.
The god loses its power.
Saint Nicholas
yeah.
loses his power if no one believes him.
Okay. Just okay, this is just a shot in the dark. Is the tree... Oh man, does anybody have like the keen mind? Or we know exactly where we're at all times? Dang it.
No.
Would
I don't.
would we think would the tree be right where the mansion is? Like the mansion right above us where the tree is.
I would say if you find where this tunnel eventually leads, you'll know
Okay.
where it's at.
Okay.
But right now, you just went down a well and you have no clue where you've gone.
Okay.
By the way, you do see that she's climbed up to a different... there's multiple routes sprouting. There's actually 5 in total. You coming in the 4th one that looks like this, all right? And the rest of them kind of go like this. And she's at the 3rd one, and she kind of counts down. If you're truly curious, go seek out the Duke. He lives in the manor and doesn't leave there. He wants nothing to do with it, yet he's the cause of it, so have fun. She waves off and then leaves.
With one hand?
Yeah, with one hand.
I wave back with hers. All right, we'll see you soon. Flop, 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 flop.
Sounds like we have some nobility to visit.
Let's go take a dookie.
Poop joke count 2. All right.
What?
I've been keeping and there are other.
He keeps a
campaigns
tally
that we
of the poop
do.
jokes.
I keep a tally. Yeah.
I'm just surprised that the whole debate thing wasn't considered.
I wasn't thinking about it, to be completely honest. Though that being said, that in itself was the first poop joke. So would it be counting itself?
True, we were still in the process of working out the poop joke.
Exploring it to its furthest.
Yeah.
So these Kuratoa, they're not even paying attention to us, right?
Yeah, they're not hostile at the moment.
Let's say we just walk past them and go upstairs.
All right, and I say that it's
What do
1
y'all say?
o'clock and let's end the session there. I think that's a good
Sounds good.
stopping place.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys actually went farther than I was expecting. So yeah, that's good. That's good. That's fun.
Yeah,
what do you guys
fun.
think?
Well, thank y'all. That was a lot
Very
of fun.
good so far. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got me very curious and intrigued, and that's a good thing.
Thank you. I will say that I take inspiration from multiple different things.
You're welcome.
Dark Souls and Bloodborne being probably the 2.
See, whenever you were describing the tree and everything, I was thinking of the trees that you have to fight in the old Kirby game. Like
Oh,
for Super Nintendo. Like with the big
Oh,
poking
wow. Yeah.
Pinocchio nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like 12 in the morning.
I'm thinking,
Also, I'm looking at that
Game of
banyan tree now.
Thrones. The
banyan tree. Yeah.
Yeah, the banyan tree. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, that's the way the kind of roots kind of look. They're
The
definitely
banyan
thicker,
tree.
and it instead of having multiple, basically just to describe the banyan tree, instead of having like multiple tree
like a
trunks and
cypress
stuff
tree?
crop out, it's just one big trunk.
Yeah.
But the way the root system is, yeah, definitely.
banyan tree. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he put
That's
a
cool
link in.
looking.
hmm
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
If
it.
you ever see a banyan forest, sometimes you'll see what looks like a forest with dozens and almost hundreds of trees, and often it's just maybe one tree, and those are all of the roots and branches that have come off of it.
That is so cool.
There's a forest in North America, and I want to say it's near Oregon and Washington and Montana, and just somewhere like in the north west. But it's all what is it called? I forget what the actual tree is called, but basically what it is that it can create a clone of itself.
hmm
And whenever it realizes that one of the trees is getting old and dies, it will make another clone. So it's all technically one living organism.
Yeah.
And it's one of the largest land masses. Let me see. Largest
cool.
tree organism. And it's in Oregon, actually. Aspen. Yeah, aspen.
An aspen.
Yeah, I was thinking of ash. And I was like, no, there's no trees called ash.
Samsonite. I was way off.
But yeah, with that fun knowledge out of the way, I think I'm gonna hit the hay. Thank you guys for being supportive. I
Thanks, Nathan. It was great.
Someplace
Yeah, it's
warm.
been fun so far.
Aspen.
thanks.
Can't wait till next week.
Good to know. I'm glad that
Good job, Nathan.
I got you guys intrigued. It
Mm-hmm.
means a lot to me. It makes me happy.
I need a queen. She's an elf, so
Tune in next time.
she's an elf, so
Rule
she's
marries
such
a
a
tree.
long. She's.
Does love take root?
That's right. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
Nice.
I will be cutting that right into the YouTube.
will love take roots,
Oh,
or
man,
will the
that's good.
seeds as doubt ruin their romantic relationship?
Will it take root, or will he just leave?
Oh boy.
Well,
Keep 'em
good night,
coming.
everyone.
With that, good
coming.
night, y'all.
Good night.